The iPhone XR in 2023 in the upcoming year is a good question if you should buy it or not, because when it comes to this device, there are a few things that were disappointing when the iPhone came out. And one of those things was, for example, the display, which is not even a 1080p Full HD panel. But as it turned out, it's not really that big of a problem. Like, you can watch all the content that you need and you can take nice photos, and it's looking pretty good and sharp on the screen. So although the resolution is a little bit lower, the display, the panel is of high quality. So I wouldn't really say that the display is bad. And once the biggest obstacle gets out of the way, then it really makes sense to just think about this device, because you can easily get it for $200, $250, perhaps $300. Depends on the condition and the storage. This device can be obtained for a really affordable price. Besides that, there are some other drawbacks. The camera on the backside, we only have the single lens setup, which may be disappointing, especially in the mirror selfies like you have apparently an older iPhone, but it can still get you and take nice portrait photos using the built-in software recognition and edge detection of the main object. So it's really nice camera overall, and I don't think that you're gonna miss out on a lot of things in case you don't go with the iPhone 12 or like 13. Of course, we want to save price when we consider buying this iPhone, so it's one of those things that it just really makes sense to a certain category of people. If you want to save money with it, you of course don't want to like charge it too much or spend too much time doing unnecessary stuff, and the battery life on the iPhone XR is really great. So I was already talking about some bad stuff or like downsides, like the lower quality of display and the camera being a little bit off and not being the latest or the best one. But on the other hand, some great things about this device is the battery life. Right now, this device has been used for a couple of years, and the battery health is still 89%. So that means that whenever you're buying a used iPhone, you can just definitely take a look at that before purchasing. But at this capacity of about 90%, it's gonna just last a really long time. You're not really gonna be worried about it that much, because yes, right now the battery is really low, it's like 11%, but usually it just lasts a really long time. I just don't have many complaints in here. You of course have the new design with the Face ID and all the stuff. So yes, it has the latest tech, sort of. It has the notch. However, if you just go to, for example, this wallpaper is a dark one, so it just blends in really nicely. You cannot even see that it's the older notch, the first one, the first generation. Although if you open up some other app, for example this, you can see once you have the white background, you can see that the notch is really big, but I don't think that it's gonna bother you that much. Like, yeah, of course, on the iPhone 13 we have a smaller notch, on iPhone 14 as well, and the 14 Pro already has the dynamic island, so that's the difference. But I don't think that this makes the iPhone XR really obsolete. However, one more thing I would like you to know about it is that there are plenty of options where this device is only 64 gigabytes. This iPhone right here in front of you is the same thing. So you can see 64 gigabytes is the capacity, and already like 12 gigabytes have been used. And I literally don't have anything here, like 300 megabytes worth of photos, and the other things is like system and like basic stuff. You can see like notes, apps that you need to have on your phone. So it just leaves you with about 50 gigabytes for your personal files and apps, which I do not think that it's just enough in 2023. So although this may not be a bad purchase, I would advise you to look for the bigger capacity models. Of course, it makes sense with every iPhone, but I don't think that you're gonna be able to get it for like a tremendous price difference. I don't think that the price jump to a like bigger capacity is gonna be that big. So definitely think about it and make sure to get the highest capacity that you can. Another thing that may deter you from buying the iPhone XR could be, for example, the water resistance ratings, because it has the IP67 rating, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's really that bad, because all of the other devices have IP68, but IP67 pretty much means that it can resist submersion, but only at the depth of 1 meter for 30 minutes. And the IP68 has the same amount of submersion that it can stand, but with the addition that this is like the base minimum. It definitely can get more like in bigger depth, and it can definitely last there a little bit longer. But let's be honest, how many of us actually use our devices underwater? How much do you really care about it? When it comes to like spillings and water dropping on it, it's just gonna be fine. I wouldn't really worry about it. Of course, if there is like a battery replacement and a screen replacement, if you buy it secondhand, it may happen that the screen has been placed incorrectly, or it has not been properly sealed. Then something may happen to the iPhone, even if it's just not like deep enough in the water or something. But yeah, if you ever just go to the settings, and for example, if you go to the settings and you're gonna go to the battery section, and it's gonna tell you that the battery part is not original in here, you may be like worried about it just to a degree, but other than that, I wouldn't really care that much about the water resistant or anything like that. I overall think that it's a great device. It supports the latest iOS 16. It's gonna support at least iOS 17 and 18 in the future, so you have like a nice device, future-proof for the software updates. I think it's a nice way to go about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and subscribe to see more devices and more videos about iPhones and other tech on this channel.